budget set up. I want to throw a disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. As you see throughout this video, I worked and changed this budget so many times before even January finished. So this is my January overview and see what my final product is, which probably is going to change later on too. This video is simply to show you how I budget and see if it works for you. I don't have a specific budget. As you see, I have the zero-based budget thrown here. I have the 50-20-30 rule up here. 50-20-30 is right here, flexible expenses. I do cash envelopes or envelopes since I'm mostly a electronic and cashless system, and I have my expense reports that I do every day, etc., etc. So I don't have a specific budget. In general, my budget is mostly electronic or cashless. I swipe my card for everything. At the same time, though, with this budget, you allocate every dollar to something, and that's why it's called the zero-based budget. So at the end, I also will show you how I write everything, just because it's a psychological thing for me, since I am swiping my card for everything, and sometimes you doesn't seem like any real money, and also throwing it at this Excel sheet doesn't, it's not cash like a lot of, the budgeting videos on YouTube shows. So for me, I personally write my money out too. So on a daily basis, I have expense reports that I write down. I'll show that at the end of the video too. But this, I'm just going to go through my Excel sheet. So my budget includes bills or my fixed expenses. It includes my flexible expenses, which are also like my envelopes. And then I have my sinking funds here. I have a long-term sinking fund, so these are like date specific. And then these are like variable sinking funds that I know I need to spend money on these, but it's not going to be like a bill that's a certain date. So yes, I know a lot of people like cash for these, but personally it's just, like I mentioned, easier for me to swipe my credit or debit card. And I might switch over to cash system maybe in March, just because I feel like I don't want to start in February since I finally got this down. So I might start that in March. We'll see. And basically, this channel is just going to go through my budget weekly or bi-weekly, since I get paid bi-weekly. And I also maybe want to show you guys my debt journey. So right now I'm at $291, $289 in debt. I want to throw it out there. I went to private undergrad and graduate school. So basically, these are all my loans divided in my interest rate. So I'm going to tackle this in an avalanche method. So this is my private, and these are my federal loans. So if you're interested in also seeing that that journey, leave me a comment below. I'm also thinking about making a bio or intro video which shows my bio info, career, education, financial goals, and my debt journey. So if you're interested in knowing more about me, leave me a comment. Anyways, so I'll throw it out here. I'll start with my budget sheet. So this is, like I mentioned, I'm bi-weekly paycheck, and I try to work on a paycheck budget. So what that means is every paycheck I get, I try to budget. So I have it in months here, and then I also have a running tab on my sinking funds because, like I mentioned, everything is electronic. So initially I started off here. This is like a basic 20, 50, 30% budget I found on the internet, and I tried to make it work for myself. So basically, with the 50/20/30 budget, 20% of your income should go towards savings, 50% should go towards fixed expenses, and flexible expenses is 30%, which is what your wants are. So these are your wants, these are your needs, and these are your just savings. And this, like an Excel sheet, it computes equations for you. So you just put in all your values here, and then it will calculate a percentage. So um, anyways, I didn't really like this. First off, monthly budgets didn't work for me since I'm a biweekly paychecker. So I went to changing it to this is still a monthly budget, but then I broke down my fixed expenses, and also I created sinking funds here. And then I also did these income allocated, my leftover, because I want to start the zero-based budget with this one. So if you're interested in more of the equations, maybe I'll go into that. It's the same concept though. All your values here, and then your percentage here will be, like, let's say this one. That's hard. This one. So it's going to be the sum of all my fixed expenses, and then this equation is this divided by this, so it shows my fixed expenses 30%. Then I broke it down even more because I'm a type A personality. And I went further into adding this box. I think that's the difference. I dipped into my sequence. Yep. So basically, my income allocated, let's see. Nope. I don't know what happened there. The equation went away after I copy and pasted this so many times. Okay. So my income allocated is my savings I put in that month, my fixed expenses, plus my flexible expenses. Oh, this is the difference. It's from last month to this month. So this is a month, right? There's one paycheck or one column here. Versus this month, I decided to throw it in two. Like, this is my first paycheck, my second paycheck. So that's the difference. So my income, I'm just going to go income allocated. It's the overall. So this value is both of those added together. This, I did that wrong. This is bad equation. This is the best equation because this is the most recent. So this is week 1, which includes all of the values on the first column. Okay, that's a better indicator. Then I have week 2, which are the second column, and those values added. So these two is my week 1 and week 2 expenses, or my money that's already allocated towards either savings, fixed expenses, my flexible expenses, my sinking funds, and my variable sinking funds. So those are all money accounted for already or allocated to a purpose. So then my leftover is basically my total income minus whatever has been allocated already, and that's our leftover. And then the way I made this work out to be a zero-based budget is basically this leftover minus my 52-week challenge will be this value right here. So that means I need to have this payment allocated towards whatever you want. That's not supposed to be dipped into. That's supposed to be extra payments. Oops. See, I'm not perfect. So these are extra payments. So then, since I put that value here, it turns this into 0, which means all the money that I've gotten from this paycheck has been allocated to a purpose. And since my goal And these are my goals. Short term, I want to complete my sinking funds monthly. Long term, I need a new car. My car is just on its last legs, so I need to save for that. And I want to pay off my debt. I want to pay off that $290,000 worth of debt. So I'm throwing everything towards my student loans. So that's where every extra payment is going to go towards. And then this, I broke down my savings here. So my total savings, if you look at this equation, it's going to include my $1,000 emergency fund. Got that idea from Dave Ramsey. So as you see, like, I took a lot of budgeting tips from everyone and made my own. And maybe this might work for you, and that's why I want to share. So basically, my total savings is my emergency fund, my sinking funds total from paycheck 1 and paycheck 2 equals this, and my variable sinking funds, which is paycheck 1, paycheck 2, which is this, and also my 52-week challenge I'm putting towards my savings. I know I should probably throw everything at debt, but my boyfriend, who is a business major, we went into this whole conversation, and he said maybe on a quarterly basis, see if you want to throw that at debt or if you want to like treat yourself. So for the most part, I'm already putting $1,200 into extra student loans. $377 is not gonna kill me, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, that's my plan for now. Might change it later, we'll see. Anyways, that's gonna be total savings, or what I'm gonna put towards my savings each month. And then if I dipped into any sinking funds, like my car maintenance, I had to do an oil change, I log it here, and this equation will be my total savings minus this, and you get this. So at the end of the month, this is what I should have. And then I also have my side hustles here. So this one is like if it went into my account, I put it here because I want to know exactly. Like I said, I swipe everything, so this is what's in my account dollar amounts. And then these are cash monies. I try to make it fun for myself. And this is like if I sold anything and I got cash, so, or I won something like that lotto. And then this is my sinking funds. So this is broken down per paycheck, and these are, like I mentioned, these are the date specific ones. So we're going to Hawaii in October, and I want to save $2,000 for that whole trip. And so right now I have $200. The way I have this set up is, so as I put like $100, as you're noticing here, the value is also going up. So each paycheck I put in, it will change here. So it's a working document. That's what I love about Excel. It works. You just have to set everything up, and then from there it should be smooth sailing. So anyways, as I'm putting monies in throughout the month until October, by this month I should be at 0. Let's try it out. Let's see. See, that's what I love about Excel. You could just like copy the value, and so see, by October 1st, which is the end date, I'm at a 0 balance, and I should have $2,000. And in my total savings, it's going to be higher in October as I'm paying the other things, but this is what my account will show. So I'm going to delete that because I did not put $100, and this is the most accurate number. Christmas, I'm putting 40. My goal is $1,100. I am putting $46 a month until November 26th, and I'll have that completely funded. Our anniversary is also in October, so I have $500 set aside for that. I'm not too sure what we're gonna do, but just wanted to save up for it. I have my new car. I'm trying to save $5,000 by June 25th. Birthday fund. We're planning on going camping since my birthday is in June. So I have $300 set for that, and that's going to mostly cover food since we have all our camping equipment. Brian's birthday, which is my boyfriend, I have $500 set aside for him. We're planning on going to Tahoe, so I got hotels off of Hotwire, which is a really nice hotel we're staying at. It is Harvey's, and the reason why I chose that is because Gordon Ramsay's restaurant is in there, and oh my god, I went to Vegas and had Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen. It was the best food of my life, and yeah, I want to treat him to that because he um, it's a long story, but basically he didn't go, and I just felt horrible. So for his birthday, we are gonna do that. But it's gonna be Lake Tahoe. I hope it's as good as Vegas. We'll see. And then this resort fee is due when we're staying there. So the way that this work is, I completely funded it after 2 months just because I want to get the hotel already. So this is $250, and this value is a working document. It's gonna be, I did it for the whole year, because after this I'm gonna start putting money again to save for the next year. So this value is the sum of all of these minus whatever I spent. So like 500 minus 237, which is age 34, is 264. So that means right now I only have $264 to spend on his birthday. I didn't include the resort fee because it's when we get there we have to pay for it. So I don't need that. I want my value right here to be accurate to the sense of what's in my savings account right now. So I'm not including that yet. So right now in my account I have 32.18 and 72 cents, and that's the value of all of these. Yeah, if you're interested in knowing how to set up this budget, let me know. I'll help you guys with equations and things. I'm such a dork like that. Yeah, so basically this value, so these are all set here. My propane and trash I'm putting towards like quote unquote sinking funds because it's on a quarterly basis for our trash, and propane is whenever, since we have a propane tank, it's whenever we get low. So on average when they do fill it up it's like $400-$500. So I want to set up a sinking fund for that because usually I just cash flowed it for so long, but I'm just like, why? So now I'm setting up a sinking fund for it. And then my emergency fund too. So that all of these, if you look at these equations, are summations of the cells here, and this shows same thing, the sum of that minus this, since I spent that on January 12th to get an oil change. Now my car maintenance envelope, or whatever if you want to call it that, is $8.11. So these are like these are my imaginary envelopes. And this is my sinking fund for the propane trash. This is my 52-week challenge, which is its own Excel sheet over here. And then my emergency fund is from that. Anyways, so I have 32.18.72 total in my savings account, but every dollar is allocated to something. So I know that my envelope, like I mentioned, My car maintenance envelope has $8 only in it, and then I know my pets have $40. So all of these, they're already allocated. Like it's a savings, but it's not. It's my cash envelope system, sinking fund system. But I put it um, in my savings so I know exactly which dollar is for what. Um, so yeah, I hope this video was helpful. Um, Let me know if you want me to go more into depth about my equations. Um, and I would be happy to. Oh, let's do my week 5 52-week challenge. So since we are in a budget, I was gonna do the whole like envelopes and writing 1 through 100 and picking and blah blah blah, doing the whole thing. But then I was like, that is too much time. I gotta buy the envelopes first, which is like we're trying to save money. I don't have $1 to spend. I do, but um, so that's $1 plus the time to write 1 through 100, and then each week, putting it in each envelope, and then at the end of it, you have to take all that money out of the envelopes, and then you already know the how much you're gonna get. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I didn't do it that way. I am picking a number. One way to cut expense is we're gonna pick a number through online. So this is $0. So we're gonna do, sometimes I do random, sometimes I do wheel of numbers, because random is like fun, but wheel of numbers, it's like a little bit more fun because I don't know, it's a little bit more, versus random, you just like put 1 through 100 and then you just calculate and then number pops up, which is like, the end result is the same, but this is a little bit more fun. So I already went through 4 weeks, and so I have off camera a number cross-off thing. So anyways, I go 1 through 100, shuffle it, and then we're gonna spin, and it has like, I don't know, the sounds and everything. So 83, I didn't have 83 before, so that means over here I'm gonna do equal to sum. I'm choosing to do 2 numbers each week because with the 52-week challenge, you're only gonna finish it. You finish it in 2 years to get 1 through 100 because there's only 52 weeks in a year. Sorry. So I'm picking 2 numbers each week so I could finish by the end of the year. So I got 83. So sum of 83 plus. So we're gonna remove that and do it again. So I don't know. I like it more. 18. So I don't have 18. So we're gonna do 18 here. And as you guys see, so this number should go up, and that number will go up, and this number will be negative because, like I mentioned, whole working document. So we're gonna press enter and see. So this is 83 plus 18 is 101, and if you notice, that went up, and now I'm in negative. So what that means is, this is why I don't do the extra payment until after the second, or after I finish this, or my income allocated has all been set. So then now I have to put 121, 0.29, and then it's going to be 0 here. And yep. So that is my budget. And you notice here that this went up to match that. Yeah. So this is my working budget. So since it's January 31st, we're gonna look at February, and this is how you guys can see how I work it. So I get I budget $4,000 each paycheck, but as you saw here in January, I got 46 and 42. So basically, I budget 4,000, but if it changes, which it does because I'm hourly. So if I worked overtime this January, I worked Christmas, I worked, I think this also included Thanksgiving. So like there were a lot of holidays and overtime available. So that's including the overtime and holidays. So I just budget $4,000. My and the same thing. Each page, this is gonna come out of this paycheck, and these are gonna come out of that paycheck. So I have 4,000 and taking $200 towards emergency rate, a little bit emergency fund. And the reason why I chose $200 is I know Dave Ramsey only says 1,000, but I don't know. My boyfriend convinced me to say that we should have 3 to 6 months of expenses into savings. So I'm gonna trust him. I know Dave Ramsey is like the guru, but I need to do what's best for my family. And um, as you guys work with your budget, like you have to work with what is best for your family. So this is what's best for my family. Is we need a more emergency fund. So in January, if you notice, I have $3,000 here, and that's because my rent is only $1,000 a month, but I didn't pay my boyfriend since he's the one paying the mortgage, but my portion's only $1,000, so he pays I think $4,500 a month, and that's just because he is I think on a 15 year. So yeah, he's just he's he's really good with money. So I shouldn't say more about that. But basically, I only give him $1,000 a month, and so I didn't pay him December. So I put it all in one December, January, February, and I paid him on the 22nd. I gave $3,500. So February is going to be the rent for March, and I'll pay that on the 19th out of my second paycheck. Because the way I saw it was I'm going to pay $970 versus $1,292. I think if I put it here, if I paid him that time instead, then my second paycheck I only have $292. So I was like, I'll just divide it. Anyways, since I'm a month ahead now, why not? To make it a little bit more even. So $970 versus $1,292. And then for me, my monthly budget for groceries is $400, gas is $300, and my spending is $500. This is in red because I copied it from January. I didn't input it yet. I probably should have done that before I filmed, but whatever. I know for a fact that I went over my budget for spending. And this is because I've never budgeted in my life. I'm sorry, but I haven't. And I know for a fact I went over. So this is red. And it's mostly because I realize I go to Starbucks too often. I collect Starbucks cups. So my goal for February is no Starbucks. So we'll see. Hopefully this is not going to be red when I catch up with you guys in February. And then also in here, my flexible expenses, I put anything that I cash flowed that month. So Ross's birthday, I cash flowed $100. I gave my mom $100 to groom her dogs, and so that kind of messes my budget up again. Anyways, I'll work on this. My student loans will be $921 now. I'm gonna look over my expenses. I just gave this to her yesterday, so that's why. And I will put my extra debt payment today since it's the last date of the month. Anyways, back to February. Anything that I cash flowed, I'll put in here too, and that's gonna be the way I figure it is it's an expense that I have. It's not a fixed expense, because it's not something that happens on a monthly basis. It's flexible. It happened this month, not next month. So, anyways, that's the way I view that category. And then my goals this month, still completing them monthly, and this is my new goal, no Starbucks this month. My sinking funds, still same thing, $100 first paycheck, second paycheck. These are the goal rates. As you notice, since I completely funded my mom's birthday and Brian's birthday, I took those off, and now we're at that. So total is $1,160 a month, 30/30. As you notice here, I did 30 the first paycheck. I had to get a oil change, so I put 70 in because I just didn't want to be negative and I didn't want to borrow for anything, and I could throw something at it. So second paycheck I put 70, and I don't think I'm gonna need another oil change until a couple months, so I'm just gonna keep it at 30/30. Pet, house, entertainment. I'm still thinking about this. I didn't use any of my sync funds besides the car maintenance, and I don't really know if I really need entertainment. I don't know. Since we're in a pandemic, like there's nothing really to do. So I'm still thinking about that, if I really need to save money for that. Health and beauty 2020. This will cover like shampoo, if I get a wax, anything. That's health and beauty. Plants. So last month, and this is why it's important to do an expense report, because you could see exactly where your money is going. So I saw like $300 or $300 of my spending went towards plants. So I decided to just do a sneaky fund towards it, because I know I'm gonna spend money on plants. We love plants, so that I probably should do a Starbucks, but I spent way too much on Starbucks last month that I don't even want to put it in there. So that's February. I'm gonna put $100 away. And yeah, that's where I should put my Starbucks, but I'm not going to. And my utilities, which includes the trash and propane, so I put that in this sinking fund because it's going to go towards my savings. And this is an equation from these two. So this is the first paycheck, which is $79, and then the second paycheck I put 70. Share those two. And if you notice here too, I didn't include that in my equation because this money is in the savings. It's not a bill that I had to pay. Okay, so that's that equation. And this equation, as I go, it's gonna be as I pick numbers, it's gonna be here. So like, see, so 110, so it automatically computes there. And then this is my week 1 allocated, week 2 allocated, my total income allocated, leftover. This will always match this, and it's always going to be 100% because I want to use every dollar/cent. So this should always match this, because you want to be on the zero-based budget. Of course, you're going to have to take away what you already allocated. And then this, if I go into my sinking funds, I have to change this equation because this is going to have to be total savings will be, oh gosh, do I have to do this on the spot? Probably not. So I'm going to say, sorry, I'm going to go here. So my total savings is going to be copy January, nope, stop it. Exit. Okay, let's see, Control Z. What did you do, Rochelle? Escape. Okay. Oof. Okay. Okay. So that's my total savings. I need. Oh. Okay. This is what I deal with. Okay, February. So this is savings account. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious, why aren't you copying? Copy. Okay. Paste. Oof. What did you do? Oh, I don't want the sum. Probably because it's copying there. Okay. 3218. I have dyslexia, so I'm gonna copy that. And now I'll copy. Okay, 3218. So my total savings will be, that's how much I saved that month. My leftover savings will be the sum of, what are you the sum of? Total savings minus whatever I spent is that value. Okay, plus this equals, and then by the end of the month, in my savings account should have that amount by the end of February. And I'm going to move this, cut. We are going to insert, cut cells. Oh. Right. Copy. And we are going to put that into copied cells, shift cells down, like this. Sorry, my OCD is kind of copying. I need spaces. Okay. And that will be delete you. Okay. So we're not going to do that. Plus that. Okay. There we go. So then now it's still my zero-based budget, my savings account. That's how much I had from, I'm going to say the last month. And then, or the last month should be that. And then my total savings this month. So now at the end of it, I should have that at the end of February. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Sorry, OCD. I can't have it out of cancel. Yeah, I need everything. Okay, you guys, so I hope that was helpful. Thanks for working with me. And yeah,